Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany and I want to welcome you into my garden. This is Tika's Gardens, and Tika, my little cat buddy, my little baby, is out here with me. She is of course usually out here with me. I've been out and down for about a week, maybe a little bit more, so I haven't really done anything in the garden. I did get out a couple of times or so and just kind of walk to get some fresh air and just enjoy, but I haven't done anything, and the weeds here grow like crazy. They grow fast, as you can see. Weeds, weeds, weeds. So I've got work to do. I'm quite frankly sick and tired of the weeds at this point. I just wish that I could have gotten the rest of the mulching done before I had to kind of stop for a bit, but you know, what can you do? So I kind of walked the garden a little bit. I've got weeds to pull. I lost one of my Rudbekia in the back, long border, so I'm gonna take the one from my little rehab section and put it there to replace it. And in addition to replacing that Rudbekia, I think I'm gonna move over the little Zinnia seedling that is growing next to the Angelonia up against the fence, because I think it's too close and it's definitely gotten bigger now, so it's gonna need a little more room. But we'll take a look also and see what things look like in the garden after being out of the garden for about a week. This little section over here where the winter gem boxwoods are along the fireplace wall, the celosia and the zinnias just have exploded, so that's exciting. I don't have a lot planned today. It is cloudy. Looks like it's going to rain, although they say it's not going to rain today. It is supposed to rain the next 4 to 5 days. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done if it rains, you know, non-stop. It may be one of those where I'm in and out of the garden in between rains. We'll see. But for today, hopefully we don't get any rain. So let's take a look at how things look after a week of being in the house and not really being able to get out and work. And also, if there is some time, which there should be because there's not much I'm going to be doing outside, I'm going to take you inside. And I've done a lot of cleaning and organizing the last 2 days since I've felt a little bit better, and it was much needed because I put so much time out in the garden and not much in the house. So I got it cleaned up very good and organized, and stuff that I'm going to donate and all that kind of stuff. So I've got my family room cleared out, so I think we're going to do some late summer decorating. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's take a look at the garden and then we'll head in the house and do some decorating. All right, so let's get started. There is my precious little Tika out here doing her usual hunting. As you can see, this garden here just looks so good. The Angelonia are done with their first flush of blooms. They're heading in for a second. Things are growing and looking good. We had some big blooms on the hibiscus and the rose. Those are fading. The zinnia was looking good. We also have the sun patience and all those things there. Everything's looking good, but look at how big those little bitty old seedlings that I planted were. Well, not were, but are. If you remember how tiny they were when I moved them. Look at the zinnias. So like I said, guys, you can get free plants. If your plants drop seeds, just pay attention to those. Make sure you recognize them from the weeds. And this whole bed, all the flowers were free. Look at that. The zinnias have blooms on them. They've really thickened up and grown in the week that I have been down. The bedroom garden. It's looking good. The verbenas are spreading. I have one that I need to replace. The salvias that I planted are kind of hanging in there. I've got one that looks like it may be gone, or two, but the rest, they still look skinny and scraggly, but they're hanging in. Weeds, weeds. Wherever there is no mulch, the weeds are the worst. This is the zinnia that I was saying that I think I probably need to move over a little bit to give it some room. And before I got a little under the weather, I had pruned these, if you remember. Well, look, they have already taken over my peppers again. Look at this. These African basils grow like crazy. Next year, I am only buying one. I do not need two. Look at this. Insane. A week. That's all that was, is a week. I've been picking peppers and tomatoes, bell peppers, but I think my bell peppers are gone now. But that is the kale. A couple of turnips there, but the collards and turnips didn't do so hot, which is a surprise for me because my collards usually are the ones that grow like crazy. Collards and the mustards. Collards, mustards, and kale are the ones that typically do the best for me. But look at the mustard greens. I think I could pick a few and make a meal today. This section, after I got all the weeds out, I'd asked my husband to put out some garden soil for me. He did not. This is what it looks like. This is pretty much everything. So this vegetable garden is just a mess. But if you remember, I had this whole section weeded. And now I've got to come back out and do work again. I've picked strawberries. I've done so much picking, I guess you could say. Here are the vincas. These are so pretty. This hibiscus has been full of blooms. I love it. I love it. I don't know what's going on with the cleome. It is yellow. 2 days ago it wasn't yellow like that, so I don't know what has happened. But you see all these weeds in between the flowers, so I got to get back out. I lost one of my fan flowers, but all the others are doing very good, and they look so pretty, and they stand out when you're looking from the bedroom window. That is one of the zinnias that I transplanted. It is doing good. This is where that Rudbekia is. You can kind of see it laying down there. It's gone, so I'm going to replace that. The zinnias back here are growing. They've got buds on them. And we've got some issues going on in here with my lamb's ear. Had them all these years, and now they're struggling this summer. And we're starting to get another flush of blooms on the portulaca. The seedlings from the pink salvia doing great here. And the two right here in the midst of all the weeds doing great. This one here is doing fabulous, and this little one here is doing good as well. If we come around here, this is the Rudbekia that I'm going to move and put in place of the one that has did not make it. So that is kind of this outer garden. The courtyard garden we'll look at on another day. So let's get the Rudbekia moved. Let's move over the zinnia. And then we'll do some decorating. Oh, look. This buttercup, look how much it has grown. Look at that. That is just crazy. Wow. All right, guys, so let me go get my gloves and my trowel. Let's get up that dead Rudbekia and let's put in the one that we saved from when I went on vacation back the end of June there. Say hi, Tika. She is looking at the squirrels. All right, let's take a look at what we have done. So first we have the Rudbekia. That's a nice contrast with the different shades of yellow. And if you notice, the buttercups are starting to open. They open in the morning, stay open for a little while, and then close up as midday comes along. But that is the Rudbekia. Let's take a look at the Zinnia. Here is the Zinnia. It's got a little more space to grow now. So there we go, right there. So that's all we are going to do outside now, guys. All right, guys. Well, I took a little longer than I anticipated. I stayed out and pulled some weeds because it was driving me crazy. So I am going to call it quits for right now. I am going to decorate. You will see that in the next video. So sorry I didn't get to it, but we'll watch that in the next video. But today I did get started on pulling some weeds. So I want to thank you for joining me today in the garden and gardening with me. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.